Today we are going to begin our fractions foldable. So you're going to start with an 11 by 11 square. Taco fold, increase, open it back up, go the other direction, taco fold, increase, and you're going to fold the 4 corners to the center. You've got this smaller square, and then you're going to repeat that action, folding the 4 corners to the center again. So now you've got an even smaller square. So then next, you're going to take whatever color pen you like, and on the outside of this is going to be our operations with fractions. Foldable. Then, sorry about that. Then on the inside, we're going to open that to there. So the middle size. Pick any of these flaps and we're going to label that addition. And we're going to open that up. And if you will look closely, you can see the creases on your paper. Oh, okay, there's they go. Right here. I'm going to trace that crease there. Then I'm going to trace this crease here. So we've got 4 sections here with addition. So we are going to remind ourselves how we can add fractions with like denominators, with unlike denominators, we are going to have mixed numbers, with like denominators. I'm going to have to abbreviate there. And mixed numbers, with unlike denominators, and I'm going to have to abbreviate there also. So we're going to have to write kind of small to fit those in. If we had the problem 3/10 plus 4/10, our first step would be to add the numerators. So that will be 3 plus 4 is 7. 2, keep the denominator. It remains the same. Simplify, or some of you may be more familiar with the word reduce. Okay, so we've got 7 over 10 here. That will not simplify. They do not share any common factors. It is, in fact, in lowest terms. So we cannot do anything else to that particular problem. With unlike denominators, if we had 1/12 plus 3/15. My suggestion to you is you're going to have to find a common denominator. So it may have been drilled into you that you have to find the lowest one, and that would certainly be helpful, but it doesn't have to be the lowest one. The strategy that I find that seems to work for a majority of students is if they take the largest denominator, that would be 15, and count by 15s until you find one that 12 will also work for. 12 and 15, 12 will not work with 15. 12 does not go into 30. The next one would be 45. 12 will not go into 45 evenly. And then the next one after that is 60. 12 will go into 60. So our common denominator is going to be 60. Now, to get from 15 to 60, we have to rewrite each fraction as an equivalent fraction with the new denominator. And I'm going to abbreviate here because I'm running out of room. Okay. So 15 to 60, I multiplied by 4, and I can see that there. So I do the same thing to the top to keep it equivalent. So 3 times 4 is 12. Now, what did I do to 12 to get to 60? Multiplied by 5. So I'm going to have to do the same thing to the numerator. So 1 times 5 makes 5. So 1/12 and 60th is 5/60. Now, I repeat these steps over here. Add numerators. So 5 plus 12 is 17. Keep denominator the same. It remains the same. So that's over 60. Simplify if you can. 17 and 60 do not share any factors, so it is already in lowest terms. Next, we've got mixed numbers with like denominators. So an example of that would be 2 and 3/8 plus 1 and 7/8. I'm going to see if I can zoom in, if that'll help you. So it's similar to this one up here, that we add the numerators. 3 plus 7 is 10. Second, we keep the denominator. So that will be over 8. Third, we can add the whole number portion of that mixed number. I'm going to use hashtags for number to abbreviate. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Next, we're going to regroup if necessary. Sometimes you'll need to do this, sometimes you won't. So here, this is improper. So I'm going to take 8 out of the 10 and have 2 remaining. So if I have 3 and 8/8 plus 2/8, here's the 10. This is a whole, so it gets squished into here. So we've got 4 and 2/8. And then our last step is to simplify or reduce to lowest terms, which I can. 2/8 2 and 8 do share a common factor, and that would be 2. So that will simplify to 4 and 1/4. The last one we've got on this section is mixed numbers with unlike denominators. Their denominators are different, so we've got 1 and 2/5 plus 6 and 8/15. So it's going to be similar to this. We're going to find a common denominator, and again, it can be the lowest one. Typically that can make things easier for you, but if you can find one, then go ahead and use it. Now what's nice about this problem is that 5 and 15, 5 will go into 15, so this one right here will stay exactly the same. I don't have to worry about that equivalent, rewriting that as an equivalent fraction. 1 and 2/5, however, needs to be changed into 15ths. So what we're going to do with that, how many times will 5 go into 15? We multiplied 5 times 3 to get to 15, so we've got to repeat that with the 2. With the numerator, after I turn it into an improper fraction. Okay, so 1 times 5 is 5, and plus 2, 1 and 2/5 into an improper fraction is 7 over 5. So multiply that by 3. That'll give us 15 here. That'll give us 21 here. So we've got 21 over 15 here. Then we've got, let's catch up here, rewrite each fraction as an equivalent fraction with the new denominator. And I'm going to abbreviate there. Add numerators. Keep denominators. If you've got whole numbers, finish adding those, and then simplify. Okay, 21 plus 8 is going to be 29 over 15. We've got 6 and 29/15. So then if I regroup, that's 6 and 15 over 15 and 14 over 15. This is a whole. It gets squished into there. So that becomes 7 and 14/15.